So it's about time we caught up with things. What you're going to see really in the next couple of minutes is just what I've been doing. There's been a lot of ups and downs since the Whiny. What you're going to see here is my third attempt on squat, and this is 220 kilos. Now, it went well, it went okay, but I learnt a lot of things in that competition. I'm not going to make excuses, but everyone knows that I set myself up really high and I just did not perform. So since then, I've just been rebuilding slowly, working on my squats. Been moved into a new gym now, Supreme Training, and it's been absolutely class. What you're about to see here is my first heavy squat in the gym. Now, it looks so bare, all the plates are still on the floor. This is 210, I think. And it went absolutely dog shit, but I just wanted to break the gym in nicely with a nice squat. Now, with this new gym, it's been very hard for my training, and I've tried my best not to lead on with anyone, not to let anyone know, but it's been really hard for me. Now, me and Sean used to train a lot together, really hard. Now, with this new gym, he's working all the time, and it was really hard for me to find my own pace and get back to training not on my own because the crew is always there. But it was really, really hard to really just find my own pace again and pick up. And it's taken me the best part of 2-3 months to get back into it. I mean, the last couple of months since we set up a couple of days specifically for the team to get in and train. It leads to things like this. This is the first bench PB I've gotten in a very long time. This is my first 150 kilo bench. Now, if you know us, which I think you probably do if you're watching this now, you know the 150, the gem that we all aspire to. This was a really big number for me, and I was just really happy to hit it, especially with James there. Training up to this, I knew that I'd had it, and I just wanted to wait till he was there for me to be able to crack one out for him. And as you can see, the celebrations there, you cannot beat that in a club environment. The lads there, everyone is a family, and we all celebrate a PB together. It's just not the one person who hits the weight, it's everyone there, because everyone sees the darkest hour. Now, he's James again. Now, James, I love the bloke. When he first started in Supreme, he was just like this little lad. He came in, cat backwards. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to like this bloke whatsoever. Now, I will be the first one to put my hand up and say that I was completely wrong about what I'd initially thought about James. A couple of things have come to light a couple of weeks ago, a month ago now, that he was vegan and he was hiding it, and we found his YouTube channel, and I tell you what, the respect I have for this kid here is amazing. He has he reminds me of when I was young and I had that drive and nothing would stop me to get that goal, but he's really at that age where he can, if he takes advantage of it and keeps rolling with it, especially with Supreme, and he has a good coach like Sean behind him, or even just the lads behind him, that he's going to go absolutely miles, and he's just great to have around. He picks everyone up, and he's been a real good lad to have around the gym, because like I said, for me, it has been a struggle the past, since I last uploaded on here, I think, which was about 4 months ago. I've been slowly chipping away at my squat, my bench and my deadlift, but it's been really hard, especially with everyone trying to find their own rhythm in the gym. Everyone was training at different times, and it was, for me, it took a very long time. I tried to not let it affect me, but it was big time. But now I think the gym is it's back to where it should be, and the training is getting really, really good. Intensity wise for me on squat, I've just been chipping away. I haven't really been doing any accessories for squat. I've done a couple of a couple of sessions with pin squats, which I get a lot out of, but me personally, I just find that squatting is the best thing to get better at squatting. I'm up around the 180 kilo mark for my sets and reps, which is where I want to be. I recently hit my bucket list 5x5 at 180, which wasn't as hard as I was thinking it was going to be. It's more of a mental battle for me. I was really, really happy with that. Bench, thankfully, the tendonitis isn't there. It did start to rear its head again a couple of weeks ago, but I switched to putting my thumb over the bar in the squat, and ever since I've done that, it has been absolutely perfect. Like, I've had no elbow problems, so I'm kind of aware that it's still there, but I'm finding ways around it still. But my bench is still okay. Still average about 140. I've hit 140 for a double recently, which was only the second time I've ever done it. So I'm just hoping to really crank the volume up. I know Supreme have a competition coming up soon, and Sean has the EPA, the All Englands. So I'm trying to just ride everyone's intensity into my own training, and like when people are picking up their intensity, starting to taper, I'm kind of doing it as well, just because when everyone's there hitting singles, hitting decent weight, like everyone's got a fire behind them, you can't help but want to be involved in that. And that's something that I kind of wish I'd done the All Englands. Now, initially I was going to do it, but with everything that's been going on in my own head, with what I've been talking about in terms of like the gym just wasn't clicking for me. I didn't think I was going to be able to hit a decent enough run to get into the All Englands. And like everyone says, the best experience for competing is to just get yourself in there and do as many competitions as you can. And I wish I was that kind of person to be able to do that, but I'm just not. Like, I'm not a big fan of... I am... It's weird because I am a really competitive person within my own self. Like, nothing is ever good enough for me. I'll hit a great set of squats, deadlifts, bench, and I'll go, well, this could have been better, this could have been better. There's always a tinge of something else for me. And ever since my last comp, I really don't want that. It's just something that I'm trying to really fine tune everything at the minute, and I just knew for the EPA it wasn't going to be there, and I didn't want to go up onto a bigger stage per se and just underperform again and not get a decent result, because I was really expecting to get the British qualifying at the YNE. Like, I knew I had it within me. A couple of things just went absolutely tits up. Like my bench setup, which I've now changed. Like my feet weren't great. That's just daft things like shoes I was wearing and too much caffeine. That was a real big problem for me. I had smashed way too much caffeine into me, and by the time I came to deadlifts, I'd got my opener. That was it, and that was 250, and I was absolutely planning to put 20 kilos on that easy, 15 kilos, and that's what really like sabotaged me. I was planning to get 230 squat, 150 bench, 270 deadlift, but it just wasn't there, and it really affected me mentally because I knew I'd had it, and I'd just kind of sabotaged myself just by being an absolute amateur and just thinking more caffeine was better. This is the 185x5 that I was talking about in the background. Again, squats are going okay for me. Still, I started out the beginning of this year really wide stance flats, and I've slowly pulled my stance back in. Not to a crazy extent, but to where I'm about happy, where it should be. I think it's okay. Like I said, I'm just chugging away. Now, what's going to go on for the rest of the year? That I don't know. November is definitely the Winter Open. Is definitely going to be happening for me. But right now I'm just with summer coming. This is the 26th, I think it is today. Recording this, it's official. I say officially summer. The weather the past couple of days has been actually decent. So it looks like we're going to be able to get out more, do a lot more activities. I'm hoping to drop a few kilos. I say a few. I want to drop about 10 kilos in the next coming months. Just for myself more than anything. I'm just not feeling great body wise within myself. I'm a really self-conscious person, and I'm not happy with the weight I'm at. Like, I'm always sure I'm going to be under 120. Like, I'm a big lad, and when you see me like stood next to someone who's 105, and it's obvious. Like, I'm a bit too tall for 105, and like when I was first going into compete, that was the big thing for me. Like I really wanted to be in 105 because Sean was in 105, and I wanted us to compete together at the same time on the platform. But I had to really talk to myself and say, look, like this, it for me to perform, I know where I need to be. So I've decided to just stick with under 120, put on a bit of muscle. Now I'm not gonna lie, I've put on a bit of fat. Really hate it. So it's just something where I can try and chip away again. This is getting to the end now of this. This is quite recent. I've went through all my lists and I've just uploaded things that I've kind of been doing since I last uploaded to YouTube. I've recently hit a 215 squat, which was actually okay. Wasn't absolute RPE 10, maybe not even. It was close to a 9, but not a 9. I think like I'm hoping to hit a PB on squats really soon. Deadlifts for me at the minute are going really well, which has taken me since the comp, I'd say, since before the comp to even feel comfortable with deadlifts. All I'm doing at the minute is deficit beltless, which I know sounds like absolute confusion. Like, how can you enjoy deadlifts when all you're doing is beltless deficit? But I'm really, really enjoying it. I've worked up to 230 for a double, which was quite clean. Working up to, I'm going to work up to 250 beltless deficit, which would be, that says it all for me. If I'm, going on the platform and I can say to myself, look, my opener last year was what I'm doing for deficit beltless right now. That's a big confidence boost for me, and I know once I take that plate away, once I put that belt on, that I've got an extra quite a few kilos in me, and it's all coming together fairly soon. So what you're going to see now is some deficits as I just chug away. I was initially going to do this for a month. It's at the end of a month now, so sometime when I know it's right, I'm going to be hitting a 1 rep, just absolutely plain off the floor with a belt, just to see where I'm at, because I've done this for a month now, and I just want to I just fancy just going balls to the wall. Plans coming up, I'm just going to enjoy the summer with the team now that we're all like absolutely firing together, and I'm just going to enjoy where I go, enjoy my training as best I can. At the minute, I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, the team is kind of like back in our groove. We've got our set days where we're all together here training, and it's what I need. I don't know anyone who can train on their own. I've absolute max respect. Personally, I can't do it. I need the motivation of the lads you see behind me, Sean and James especially. I appreciate everyone in the gym, but the lads, especially Sean, like I consider him as one of my best friends. Like he knows me, he knows what I'm capable of. I know him, I know what he's capable of. When it comes to comp days, like we can read each other's minds. Like you need someone like that around you. And recently, like we've had some real good training sessions together. So I know things are really starting to pick up. His training's going really well for the All Englands. Hopefully going to get there and be able to support him. Probably shed a tear that I'm not on the platform, but I think at the time it was the best decision. So I'm just going to hope that the rest of my training cycle goes well. I'm going to promise to start uploading to YouTube again. Hopefully, I'd say, a couple of times a week, just the basic lifts. This is probably going to be only a few voiceovers I'm going to do, because I'm not much of a talker. Like, this is really hard for me to do. This is 140 bench that I hit for. This is only the second time I've done it. The first one went up really well. Thought I could have got a third. This is the second one. Totally misgrooved it. But I'm just glad to get up. Once upon a time, even benching was impossible to do. So the volume is picking up. This is the kind of stuff you can expect at Supreme. Like Jimbo behind me, I love him a bit. Like, he's an absolute boy, and Supreme needs a lad like him. So that's it. I'm hopefully going to see you very soon. Thank you for watching.